He was involved in many attacks. So was Casper Asgreen of EF Education Easy Post. Pinarello Q36.5 also involved. Eventually, Weistroffer managed to land an attack. And once he did, no one went clear with him, and Weistroffer was on his own for a period of time as we headed inside the final 20 kilometres to the intermediate sprint. All of the riders sat up. Weistroffer went through the intermediate sprint in first place. Behind, Mats Pedersen was involved in a little bit of an interesting sprint with Jasper Philipsen. There was some discussion after Pedersen took the points that he should be relegated, but in the end, the jury haven't done anything about it, and Pedersen, despite the conversations with the jury, has been kept in his place overall with his points. Then there was an attack from Caruso, Costu and Verchet. They went across to Weistroffer. Weistroffer led across the next climb of the day. But the peloton has refused to let any of this breakaway go. There was a big rainstorm. Weistroffer went over the top of the next climb. It's been mainly NSN who've done a lot of the chasing, so have Alpecin Premier Tech and Soudal Quickstep. Weistroffer has been pretty aggressive on today's 179.1 kilometre stage. And now, as we get towards the race finish, Weistroffer has gone clear from Costu and the rest of the riders and is now solo, but he has not been given any sort of gap. Alpecin Premier Tech holding this now at 25 seconds. He's got 38 kilometres of solo riding to go. The gap has not been given in any way, holding it at 25 seconds now.
Yeah, he's been kept on a very short leash, a bit of an acceleration there in the peloton, but Sylvain Didier bringing that back down all the way to 25 seconds. As we're making our way closer to this little drag, about a 3-kilometre drag, the top is going to be at kilometre 30. We're going to have a quick descent and then on to the final little climb, the 4-category climb of Montagny-les-Bussy, and that's 2.6 kilometres at 4.3%. So again, nothing really difficult, but if some team's really committed to it, can hurt the legs.
Is it a springboard? Is it possible?
No, I think it's not about going forward, it's about putting riders backwards. So, but they would have, for this plan to be working, they would have to really start literally in about 4 kilometres on the previous climb. It will be the accumulation of both, if they take the race on, it would be the accumulation of both climbs. But it is not to, is that Philipsen?
That is Philipsen.
Yeah. It's not to attack and break the race from the front, is to split the bunch from behind.
So it's to put the heavier sprinters in difficulty out the back.
Correct.
And put the lighter sprinters in with a chance. So it's to diminish the risk.
Yes, because often the heavier sprinters have a lot more top speed. The ones like the likes of Marier, for example, where, because I don't know if it's in terms of weight, I don't know how much Pedersen is heavier or much lighter than. That was close.
That was really close.
But it's just more in styles of sprinters.
Through this little town, over the bridge. Let's see whether there is a much higher pace on this climb. Philipsen, there's been a lot of punctures, a lot of mechanicals today. Our solo leader, Baptiste Weistroffer, has done a wonderful job. Can he win the most combative rider again today? Could he be the super combative if he makes it to Paris? It's going to be down to whether those legs are searing in pain and can carry him all the way to Paris. We're going to hear now from the green jersey. Let's hear from Mats Pedersen.
I don't think it's hard enough. It's some really good sprinters here. They have a really good level, so we're not sure that the climbs are hard enough to make any difference. And yeah, we know we have to spend a lot of energy the next part of the race. So yeah, we have to see if it would be smart or not. But we didn't make any big plans about that. We don't believe that's a smart plan.
Are you bluffing?
He might be bluffing. He might not.
He might not.
If you were Lidl Trek, what would you do?
I would not do it.
No?
No. I would not do it because, once again, they're also fighting for 4th and 5th in GC.
Yes.
And I'm also pretty sure that the next 10 days, Pedersen is going to get more points anyway than any of the other sprinters.
Yeah.
And he's already in the green jersey.
Yes.
I think and like he said, it requires a lot of energy. He would have to sacrifice probably 3 riders to maybe drop the sprinters. And the climbs are 2 kilometers long, and it's 4%, it's not 8%.
Yeah.
So I believe his comment is very true, and this is why said Piquet asked him, are you bluffing? Because both tactics, there's not one or not wrong. One is defensive, and one is aggressive, but maybe unnecessary.
Yeah.
If they go and go for it, I'm not going to say, what are you thinking? I'm just going to say, okay, they tried to drop Merlier to get more points, or make sure that Merlier doesn't get more points. Because we often see in his interviews, he doesn't talk about how many points he scores, but how many points the other scores. So I think he knows that what's important for him is that the others don't score too many points, because he knows he's going to catch up points anyway.
Yes.
Because it's still a long way to go. When you're up there, you still have to, so you need riders to blow the race apart.
Yes.
But then you also need riders to ride tail chance or so, and then you also need riders to lead you in the sprint.
Yeah.
But don't forget, you need also a rider to look after Ayuso and Scale Mosley.
Yeah.
So I think when it's doable for an intermediate sprint, yes, they commit and they go for 25 points.
But it might be that NSN call their hand, really, because they decide they're going to rip it up this climb.
Well, that's better for him.
And that's better.
Yeah. Or what's even better is if we see some other riders. There we go, Quinn Simmons.
Here we are.
Say maybe they're just going to send riders up the front rather than ride.
Quinn Simmons starts his attack. Maybe he's been told you can have today's stage if you can get away.
Yeah, what they want is the race to be hard, and this is why, look, all the team are here in the front. So it's just about when he attacked Jose, says the other plan is to attack rather than to ride.
Simmons goes on the move. Chris Nielands comes across. Wellens is up there as well. So is Mauro Schmidt. Kwiatkowski comes across. So does Varcek. Big attack.
Now is coming across.
So Quinn Simmons really stamping his way up this first climb. We've got another one coming up afterwards. And this is a good move, 42 kilometers an hour. Lots of jumping around going on now in the peloton as Net Company try to get involved in this attack. It looks like Ganna trying to come across now. Simmons, another stamp on the pedals as he goes uphill.
Yeah, the only problem, he's not going to get much help, because when he's going to look around, there we go, exactly, he's defending.
Kwiatkowski might help, I suppose. Big move on the
Ganna's
left.
back.
There's Varcek.
More riders attack behind there to try and bridge across. Group about 12 riders. But a lot of riders, look at all, half the team of NSM is there. And they're defending for
Another attack.
Attack, Vacek. That's a big attack there by Vacek. And he's got a rider from...
He's got Matthews, hasn't he?
Is it Matthews? No, it's not Matthews.
Oh, it's Mauro Schmidt. So Schmidt and Varcek go on the attack. And behind Net Company trying to close this up, see if they can drag the group.
Yeah,
Fred Wright is on the back of that group as well. Little group of riders. Another counter attack as one rider tries to go clear. And it looks like also Lidl Trek are up there. Quinn Simmons working his way back. They've caused chaos.
They've caused chaos, but look.
Lidl are happy with this. Look, they've got Ayuso, Pedersen all on the front, while Varcek tries to go and win the stage.
Yeah, because I think is a bit what I was trying to say is he's worried about the points being taken, not the points he needs to take. He knows he's going to score points the next few weeks. It's all in the mountains. He can do that. So if a group goes, if a breakaway goes, it's actually taking away the 70 points from Merlier or Philipsen.
Good move here. Weistroffer gives some ice to his teammate. Has he got the legs to go with this move? If he can get in there, this could be a chance for Weistroffer. He's been out in the front all day.
Abramson trying to bridge across. No, he gives the elbow.
So So a lot of riders in that gap who can't quite get there. And there's Pogacar in the yellow jersey with Vingegaard, with Pedersen. Let's take a look at this front group. Ghana is in there. We've also got near the front, there's one rider from Alps in Premier Tech in here who looks remarkably like Philipsen, but I'm not sure it is.
No, I can't.
Redwright is there. Weistroffer is there. On the back, one rider coming across from Decathlon onto the wheels.
Yeah, and this is the problem
Stewart
now.
is there.
A lot of teams are defending for the sprinters, so this is where sports directors have the important call to make. When this happens, for example, now with Van der Broek, he must be still told, okay, we're still going for the sprint. You have to calm this down. So there's a mix of riders there, but what do you do when you have this group with very, very strong riders, 30k to go? Do you tell them push on and give a chance to this group, or do you say don't push on because we have our sprinter? If I'm in the team of Postinel, at this point, I would also say don't push on, because Van der Broek in this sprint is going to be 9th.
Yeah.
Maybe Pavel Bittner has a chance to be 5th or to win.
Yeah.
So what happens now is 5-6 years ago, the riders would have still pushed on in the front. They follow the break and they go. But now the sports directors will always calculate what's the best chance. Ride in that breakaway, which seems to be the best idea, or cancel the breakaway because their card for today is actually Pavel Bittner. We've seen EF Education Equipos do it in the mountains. If they don't have the right rider, they will cancel the breakaway to put themselves with the favorite rider.
Mauro Schmidt swings across the road. Filippo Ganna goes to the front now. Ganna starts to push on.
Exactly, because for example, Ganna is the opposite. He has no one. He has no sprinter to, and he is probably the best card of that team. Big effort there by Ganna. Vacek goes for it straight away. NSM rider on the wheel.
So Ganna goes clear now.
Off we go.
Vacek on the wheel. Jake Stewart goes across. He's the lead-out man for Girmay. And they're trying to shut this down, but Ganna wants to continue, and Vacek is quite happy to go up the road.
Yeah, those two riders have interest. Obviously, Little Trek have been told to ignite the race. But the problem is, look, the rider from NSN is not going to ride through. The rider from Alpes and de Koenig is not going to ride through. Astana is sitting on. They're all thinking about their sprinters. And the gap is quite big, 21 seconds. Is there a team pulling? Yes, of course, the team of Merlier.
Well, Dan Hula is the rider who's there for Decathlon CMA CGM. He's found his way into the breakaway group. On the front, trying to pull now for Soudal Quickstep. They're trying to make sure this comes back together.
Exactly. They want to play Merlier card today.
In the front group of riders, Perstrand Hagenes is in there for Fiesma Leasebike, Vacek, Steinhauser, Dan Hula, Ballerini, Stannard, Filippo Ganna, Tim Marsman, Mauro Schmidt, Lewis Askey actually. It is not Jake Stewart. So Lewis Askey's in there, Berk Mose, Weistroffer, Fred Wright, Robbie Dont is in there as well. We're going to take a quick look and see. There are riders in various teams. So on the front of the race now, Schmidt continues. Filippo Ganna, this is a good move. 19 seconds. Robbie Dont, is it Robbie Dont who's going through? Yes, it is. Who had crashes earlier. Steinhauser, Alex Kirsch in the move again. There's Lewis Askey, Fred Wright on the back. Berk Mose is the rider who is right on the rear of the group, number 153. Ballerini, number 62 for XDS Astana. Nico, good move, 19 seconds, 30k to go.
Yes, good move. Again, not everyone is going to be able to commit in this group, and you have a mix of riders who are trying to slow the group down and a mix of riders who are trying to push on. But there's definitely some strong riders in this group. They're going to come quickly to the top. A quick short descent, about 4 kilometers, 3 kilometers of a rolling down. This kind of plateaus out for a bit. Quick descent and then the final KOM.
Stannard in here for Bahrain victorious. Schmidt looks strong now on the right-hand side. I was talking to the Swiss commentators before the race, and they've got nothing out of this race yet, but they were talking about Schmidt potentially coming good in the next few days. George Bennett now back on the front for NSN as he tries to get something moving. He's at Del Toro in 5th place in the string of riders. At the back of this group is Baptiste Weistroffer. He's gone all the way out to the back now. He'd obviously gone really deep, was dropped by those accelerations.
He'd be able to sit up, no problem. Interesting to see where Merlier is standing in this peloton at the moment. As we're about to make our way, we actually started the recon from just that corner today.
So we're going to go now towards the bottom of the Montagnile-Bussy. It's 22.3 kilometers from the finish when we reach the bottom of it. The gap looks pretty small from this camera lens, but it's 20 seconds almost.
Yeah, but the peloton is flying. Look at that, almost 9 kilometers faster. Tailwind on this part again in the finish, and it's a team of Soudal is putting the pressure, still with the help of Alpecin de Koenig and NSN. Bennett doing again a lot of work. Bennett, he's really committing to this team, into this job. He's doing good, because he could easily try and say, oh, I'm tired, and swing off the line, but he's doing a great job in committing to his team leader with Bingen Girmay. Tadej Pogacar making his way to the front. Again, at this point in the race, you don't want to be caught out in anything unnecessary. There's a quick descent. Then we start the 4th category climb, 2.6 kilometers, 4.3%. Long stretch bunch. There's our breakaway rider, just swinging off at the back, but he'd be able to take it easy now. It's a good idea to try and hang in a bunch or to go with a group, because if you've been the whole day on your own in the front, it's a long way to go to 20k at your own pace, not 20k in the peloton, especially when it's just one little kicker to go.
Good job done by Weistroffer. That's a great bit of land art. Look at that.
Oh, wow. Can that be my first 10 ever?
Is that your 10 out of 10?
Yeah, I think it, and I think this is going to be hard to beat. Look at that.
Yeah, that's a 10 out of 10.
200 meters long.
That's impressive. That's not easy to do.
No, they could have done with disc brakes, though. Still see the cables hanging out there, I thought, you know.
Great job, whoever did that.
Yeah, big
At the
effort
front
there.
of the peloton, it's flat out now. Absolutely flat out. Dylan Van Baarle on the front, then George Bennett goes through. They really are tearing along this road. 74k an hour, absolutely flying.
Barry Pant is coming up to the front now to give a bit of a hand.
So on the front right now, team of Soudal Quickstep. This is the breakaway. As they work well. Stannard on the front, Mauro Schmidt goes through. Ganna gets ready to go through on the wheel. Behind them, Fred Wright, some real powerful bike riders in this front group at this precise moment in time. Matthias Vacek about to go through as well, but Ganna does a massive turn. On the front, 74k an hour for the breakaway. 9 seconds. It's not significant, the gap, but they're trying everything they can. They are going to make life hard for the sprinters by doing this.
Yes, definitely making it hard. As we're just about to go under the 25 kilometers to go.
We've got 3 kilometers to the bottom of the climb.
They are almost caught. Long stretch peloton.
And it's the team of Soudal Quickstep who look like they're going to bring this back together in time for the final climb of the day.
Yeah, a lot of talking.
Race radio.
It's Bennett once again trying to help his team there, closing the gap.
Well, it's certainly full on. Vacek has realised that this is coming to nothing. The peloton is about to close the gap just in time for the final climb of today's stage.
Barry Pant now in the front for Soudal Quickstep. Cofidis have also come to give a hand.
Barry Pant, George Bennett, the 2 riders at the head of the race. Bringing the race back together, the 2 climbers. That's a big job they've done there. Valentin Barrypun absolutely burying himself to close that gap for Tim Molia. If he wins the stage, he'll be thankful for the work done by Valentin this afternoon. 24k to go. It's back together, all one big group. They've got to make sure that 4 riders or 3 riders don't sneak off the front.
Yeah, let's see now if we're going to see another attack on this KOM. Now the riders are kind of in race mode. Once the fire is ignited, there's always more riders who are encouraged to go on the attack. A little acceleration there. Once again, the team of Little Trek making his way to the front with Tom Schoons. Pedersen talking in the radio.
Pedersen.
Scalemos are coming onto the side as well. The whole team are together, one behind the other. Are they gonna put a pressure with Scalemos in the front? Scalemos attacks.
Another big move now, big attack. Matthias Schelmoser. This is a big move from Lidl Trek as he tries to go clear. Now that's a surprising move. Right now, Schelmoser 8th overall at 5:45. Comes across onto the wheel of Mauro Schmidt, who might be a little bit surprised about the company he's going to have because Pogacar's come up towards the front. Vingegaard now looks a little bit interested in what's going on here. 23.1 kilometers to go. The look on your face tells me that this is not expected.
No, the look on my face saying there's sports directors are trying to justify their salary by inventing tactics.
Another big move, big left-hand move here. And another attack of Lidl Trek as they try to mix this up a lot right now. This is Derek G who goes clear. Another move with the team of NSN. Well, they're trying to mix this up surprisingly.
Don't get me wrong, it's exciting cycling.
22.5 kilometers to go. Wiesma on the front. Vingegaard is also there.
Yeah, a lot of the GC riders don't want to get caught out. Another acceleration.
So Derek G with on his wheel. Is that Frigo just behind? Onto the climb now. There's the vitals, the statistics of this climb. 2.6 kilometers, 4.3%. Pogacar is just in front of Biniam Girmay, but it's Derek G West who is on the attack for Lidl Trek on the lower slopes of the final climb of today's stage.
Another attack.
Another attack coming across now. Another rider from the team of Lidl Trek, Tom Schoins now jumps across. So Schoins and Derek G West trying to win this stage.
Bramson is getting ready to go. Big attack there from the rider from Cofidis. Is just going to fly past the rider from Groupama.
That's a big
Another
attack.
move from Cofidis.
Hugo Page, is that trying to go across again onto the wheel? Uno X getting involved in the action.
Rider from Tudor. Any more reaction? Alpes in the König trying to get out.
And another counter-attack as Subson Premier Tech launch another rider across the gap, and that is Ed Planker who goes. Looks like Guillaume Martin is there, and a problem at the back of the race.
Ghana.
This is Ghana has gone from front to back.
That must have been why he was talking to the radio earlier on. Sylvain Didier has just been dropped.
And now hunting them down. Jaco Alula also near the front. Isaac Del Toro, but a group of about 10 riders desperately trying to go clear. In this group of riders on the back, Tom Schoins, Derek G West, Quinn Simmons I think is also in this group of riders. It's flat out on this final climb. Simmons is there, he checks over his shoulder. Lidl Trek want the stage win this afternoon. No doubt about that, they want to take the points as Nico's been saying. They've got 3 riders in this front group. Guillaume Martin is coming back together. Pogacar is right near the front now. Volgren is also there. He was the rider we had the interview with earlier on today who said this might happen.
Yes, of course. He's looking for that opportunity. He doesn't want to go alone. There's another attack by Quinn Simmons.
Quinn Simmons makes a move. Left-hand side. Big acceleration from Captain America. Onto his wheel. Looks like Jordan Jegat trying to go with him. Quinn Simmons with a massive attack.
1.2 kilometer to the KOM, gives the elbow to Jegat. Jegat is not going to go through, but look, Abrahamson, quick look behind. Is Abrahamson going to go in the attack soon? Valgren is just, as you mentioned, looking for the opportunity.
Confidence
following the groups.
Riders up here,
grabs a bottle. Yeah, 2 riders.
Up at the front, Aaron Burrow and also Hugo Page. Another big stamp on the pedals from Quinn Simmons as he settles down. and tries to get this group away. It's flat out right now. I can't imagine the sprinters having a great time in this group right now. Fulgren swings across. Here she's near the front as well in the colours of Tudor.
And it's Joey who closes it down.
Now, they're not very happy with their situation going flat out like this. Quinn Simmons, another massive attack. Can he manage to break the string of riders?
They
have done it. Fulgren is there. Abrahamson, Quinn Simmons.
Says hi to his dad, correct?
It is, I think, yeah. Quinn Simmons still accelerating. Fulgren hanging on. Abrahamson out the saddle. Varcek is there. Just coming up to the top of the climb. 20k to go and a little group jumping across. One member of the team of Tudor.
And Vatsek takes the front.
And Varcek goes through. Clement Brasafonso, I think it is, from Group Arma, FDJ United. Del Toro quite happy to let this go. Counter-attack from Net Company Ineos as they try to put a rider across with Tobias Foss. Over the top of the final climb of the day, and there's fireworks in this peloton, and it's Varcek, the rider who goes across the top first. They all freewheel, they're all on their limits.
It's very interesting to see Romain Grégoire tries to bridge across just over the crest. It's interesting to see how all the leaders team of the GC have moved up now.
Saxas is up towards the front in front of Pogacar. Del Toro is alongside him.
Sprinters are still up there.
Cummins going well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing really a good job there. And now, little descent and all flat towards the end. But you have to be cautious. A lot of good riders in this final. Mark Hirschi is in that group. Volgen is in that group.
Foss is in that group. Foss has been on great form the last week, hasn't he? It's been
Grégoire.
Quinn Simmons' dad.
Is it his dad?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because maybe I said something wrong. Big attack again from Grégoire. Quinn Simmons goes behind him.
Big move for the French champion. Romain Grégoire goes clear to try and win the stage. Simmons tries to come across. Tobias Foss is the rider on the wheel. Only 18 kilometres of racing to go. Are we going to have a bunch sprint, or can a group get away? 74 kilometres an hour right now at the head of this race. Well, we thought we might have an exciting finale. That's what we're definitely getting. Wiesma chasing this down. I don't really understand why. Quinn Simmons checks over his shoulder. He's probably thinking exactly the same thing. Why are Wiesma riding? Tobias Foss again checks over his shoulder. 62k an hour. There's the peloton in full cry. Nico, they haven't really got rid of anyone.
No.
Despite the tempo, everybody is matching it. Still, Jaco Alula getting involved. Valentin Paribas takes over. Everybody's back together.
And now the teams are going to go back. I wouldn't be surprised if Little Trek are going to still try something. But I'm like, why is Gail Moser doing this? Has he said that he's tired and they're going to go for Ayuso?
I don't think so. He's still
back in the Bradley Wiggins days when they're in yellow riding for Cavendish.
Yeah.
I thought that in... It's like wasting so much energy.
16.8 kilometres to go.
And it's still not settling down. No team have taken control of the front of the peloton. Still the few attacks. I mean, this is a clear indication that they're defending Ayuso and not Scalemoser.
This is fast through this next town. 71 kilometres an hour. And on the front of the group now, it's the green jersey of Pedersen. He's lining it out. Very fast tempo from Lidl Trek. Pedersen trying to keep the momentum of this race going. And he's pulling a little group away. Little gap opens up. Bruno Amirai goes through. Amirai goes through to the front. Philipsen is there as well. He's working. So Philipsen trying to get involved.
Ballerini.
A lot of the sprinters at the head of the race.
Racing like a classic.
Casper Asgreen now is also at the head of the race. He goes through to the front. He's been trying. Look at that, Asgreen finally into the aero tuck. Opens up a gap with Ballerini. It is like a one-day classic. Asgreen at 70 kilometers an hour.
That's a big effort there by Asgreen. Another rider comes. Is that Gaviria? Yes, I think that's Gaviria.
The sprinters are having to get involved in all of the attacks in order to try and win this stage. Gaviria goes across to the wheel of Ballerini. On the wheel is Vartsek, just 2 places behind. Then it's Valentin Paris-Punt. It's absolutely flat out. 15 kilometers of racing to go. Near the front, team of Bahrain victorious. Anyone could win this stage. Girmay is still there doing his shoes up. Matthews also near the front. Vengegaard freewheeling.
Degenkolb, no sign of Merlier so far.
Not
It'd be
so
great
far.
to get a view of the sprinters, not just the GC guys. I think that's Cantor there on the right at the bottom with his 3 helpers there.
Counter attack, and it's Mads Pedersen goes on the right hand side of the road. Pedersen tries to launch again. The riders are flat out, real full gas now in this peloton. Another move, Ballerini comes across, but Pedersen lines it out. Kevin Vauclin goes across to the right hand side of the road.
It's a bit of wind, not too much wind though. Again, those flags are not really flapping. Girmay in good position, Gaviria in the front. Movistar now with Kevin Vauclin.
Big move, right hand side.
There you go, there's Merlier. Thanks to our team for spotting him out.
Not too far behind Pogacar. Fed right to his right hand side. Another move. And 2 riders still clear. And it is Vauclin who is clear of the race. Matthews swings across the road.
Bauhaus in the front.
Girmay is there. Degenkolb is there. He tries to go across for Picnic Post NL. Lavcoy is still at the front. 13 kilometers to go.
Michael Matthews just drifting back now from that group. Big effort there by Degenkolb. Just bridges across to the front duo. Vauclin.
It's Michael Hessman who's in the front for Movistar. So it's Vauclin, Hessman and Degenkolb trying to come across now to close this down. NSN have been on the front of this peloton all day today. 12.7 kilometers of racing to go.
NSN.
All-out race.
Yeah, all strung out. 12.6k.
And they're going to bring it all back together. Are we going to see more attacks? I wouldn't be surprised. All back together, riders moving up. Asgreen was going to launch. He was boxed in, so he couldn't get through. He was about to launch down the right-hand side again.
Paris now is going to go into that line. Another attack by Pedersen.
Pedersen wants to try and get away this afternoon. He doesn't want this to go to a bunch sprint. Pedersen attacks. Valentin Paris-Punt, gritted teeth as he tries to go across. Pedersen at 62 kilometers an hour. Look at Valentin Paris-Punt. Coming across now is Jake Stewart of NSN as he tries to shut the gap for Biniam Girmay.
Tige Benoot is there for Decathlon.
Ever present at the front of this race from XDS Astana. Tejada is there as well. Coming across now to close the gap. UAE Team Emirates XRG.
Bauhaus flicking through his screen, coming into the finish.
63 kilometers an hour. And another big attack. Skelmoser goes again for Lidl Trek with Casper Asgreen. And also there, Johannesson. So Asgreen now launches full out. Absolutely flat out attack from the Danish rider Asgreen. Onto his wheel goes Johannesson as he checks over his shoulder to see if there's a gap. There is. 3 Danes at the front now, all on the move. Skelmoser looks. And there's the gaps. Little gaps opening up. 62 kilometers an hour. This race is going to be here in 10 minutes. Does this just prove, Nico, that a stage win in the Tour de France is incredibly valuable right now, that it just creates chaos?
Desperation.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? You can see it from the teams.
The problem is there's a lot of teams are very structured, and although it's a super exciting finish, I kind of do say, why? What do you think? Where do you think you're going? Because most likely we're going to see a sprint to the line. 10 kilometers to go.
I would imagine, though, these riders believe that they can win the stage, so they're doing everything they possibly can to win the stage today. Going clear off the front, another of the EF Education Easy Post riders trying to break the wheel of the peloton. Max Walker is the rider who goes clear now. Still Soudal Quickstep going to close this one down. Lotto Intermarché also up the front for Hubbard, and XDS Astana getting ready for Max Canter. Max Walker checks over his shoulder, and it's just one big peloton now that are going to lead their way in. Nico, we haven't had time for your run-in because of the amount of attacks that are going on. Talk us through the last few kilometres of today's stage.
Well, we're shortly going to make our way into the outskirts of Chalon-sur-Saône. When we come at 5 kilometers to go, which is going to be, again, what we call the sprint zone. So where the riders are safe if they have a crash or an incident in that last final 5 kilometers. You are put in the time of your group. Kind of dragging road. There's a roundabout. Both sides are okay to go on. Then you have a right-hand turn. Bit of road furniture there. You have to be careful. Into the 4 kilometer to go. Drags up over the motorway. Flattens out, more road furniture all the way till the 3 kilometers to go. You pass 3 kilometers to go, turn right, slightly down for about 600 meters, and then you do a U-turn. And this is going to be a very crucial point because it's going to stretch the bunch a lot. So you go from a 2.8 to go right turn, little downhill, and then full U-turn. Coming out of the U-turn, cautious, there is road furniture on the exit of the corner. And then from there onwards, it's all straight. There is a moment where they actually have cut the roundabout in half.
Okay.
You will notice it later on, probably not because they'll have it barried out. So instead of going around the roundabout at 1.5 kilometers, they've literally just made a new road through the roundabout.
Okay.
Which means that the finishing straight is a lot longer. We come into the 1 kilometer to go, and the road literally just goes right for about 1 kilometer.
Wow.
It's a long bend into the right. You do see the finish at about 300 meters to go, and at 100 meters to go, there's a little kicker. We've seen that earlier on the flashback from when Goldneighbor has won it years back. So the last 100 meters, it kicks up about 5% into the finish line here.
Thanks, Nico. He did go out and ride it. We just didn't expect this much action on the final run-in to the conclusion of this stage. Vinokurov goes to the front for XDS Astana, who now start to take control for the sprint. Mads Pedersen is up there in the green jersey. The team of Cofidis start to take control on the left-hand side of the road as they've got Milan Fretin tucked in on the wheel. Girmay is there. Up towards the front, still Pedersen, who's been attacking non-stop. Big move on the right-hand side in the red, and it's Hubbard who puts himself in position again for Lotto Intermarché. Could we see Varenskold win and then Hubbard's win a stage? That would be incredible for them both to get their first stage win in the Tour de France. Same with Pavel Bittner, who's moving up on the left. The team of Picnic Post NL Raisin, are they going too early? They look like they're getting involved this afternoon. XDS Astana with Vinokurov on the front at 68 kilometers an hour. This is a very fast finish of today's stage.
Yes, extremely fast finish. Still Pedersen in good position there with Vacek on the wheel. And these are the coming in closer to the 5K to go. There is a bit of road furniture before the 5 kilometers. Whoops.
Oh, that was close. Gaviria moves up on the wheel of his lead-out man in the green and white. Pogacar still freewheeling in the middle.
Yeah, it's just making sure they come safe to the sprint zone. He must trying to be quite at the front, actually. We haven't seen him that much at the front. We still 1 more kilometer for him to be safe. On the right-hand side, big move there from Soudal on the wheel of the Decathlon team.
Decathlon get ready with Olav Koy today. Case Bowl has got Koy right on the wheel today, no mistakes. And they're not all freewheeling at 5k to go this time. They are going full on all the way to the line, which I think yesterday caused some problems for the sprinters. It was too compact, people couldn't move around. Fred Wright moving up on the right-hand side in the white, red and blue. Again, Kofidis trying to put more troops there as we go slightly downhill now. 5.4k to go. And Pogacar is about to see the sprint zone for another day. Movistar move up left-hand side. So did Tudor Pro Cycling. Hubarts is there in the red. Tish Benoit trying to go up to help out with the lead-out train of Olav Koy to win a second stage.
Yeah, and he's moving up with the team of Alpecin. Premier Tech, who is on the right there, on the left, right on the road. So now they're going to come to this little roundabout. So the road does turn right after this roundabout, so I would guess that the right is slightly quicker, but then turns left a couple of 100 meters later. This is sprint zone.
Into the sprint zone where Tadej Pogacar, Vingegaard and the other contenders like Ayuso are safe if there's mechanical or a crash. They'll start to drift their way back, as you can see at the bottom of the picture, and they'll let the sprinters now have their day.
You can see the team of Alpecin Premier Tech really well organised there, further down in that 20 position. So let's see, so left is actually quicker, but then the road goes to the right, so if you hold your right, you should be able to hold that position. Yeah, they've drifted a few meters. Good de-essing there if they told them to go to the left.
XTS Astana are drilled, aren't they? Big move on the left as NSM try and move up.
A little bit early though. We're 4 kilometers to go and he's only got one rider. There's the move on the left by Bahrain Victorious.
They'll be hoping that some other teams come to the front to help them out. Whether or not they do is a different matter. Mark Hirschi on the back of the group, number 194.
Yeah, they're going to sit up now. They don't want to get involved. There's no problems with time. Big move by the riders by NSM. So this road kind of slightly drag. We're over the motorway now. There's another bit of road furniture coming up. Be careful. So this doesn't look flat. It looks flat, excuse me, but it kind of drags up. Not big, like 2 to 3%, but it does hurt. Look how much the bunch is stretched.
Riders are just peeling off, not able to do their work. There's Gaviria, Olav Koy just a few places ahead. Gaviria's looked good today, getting better in this Tour de France all the time. Not that he was bad in the first place. He's had some opportunities in this race, Fernando Gaviria. He's trying to win the stage here for Carural. 3.1 kilometers of racing to go. Move on the left as Bahrain Victorious try and put Bauhaus into position. 3k to go now. XTS Astana, they've dropped back a little bit with Max Canter because he's only got one lead-out man left.
Yeah, but they did a good work till now. The problem is they really don't have any riders in the real finish as Decathlon make the move just before this right-hand turn. Slightly goes down now for 400 meters, and then they have this U-turn. Again, cautious. Very fast pull there by the rider from Astana, who's let. There's a bit of a gap with Decathlon. There's Tish Benoit.
Over on the right-hand side in the green is Matt Pedersen on the wheel of Vartsek. They have tried to get away. Now they're going to get involved in the sprint. And Vartsek moves Pedersen up on the left-hand side. Oh, there's a real squeeze on the right-hand side as Girmay tried to go through on the lead-out train. This is this U-turn that Nico was talking about. Goes into one lane and they take the right-hand side. Come out in one long line with 2k to go.
And Vartsek doing, again, a big chunk of work. Bahrain Victoria is looking much better. Let's look at how Decathlon is all set there with Bull and Koy on the wheel after 2 kilometers to go. All straight now, it's all on this road.
Well, they're doing a big turn here, Bahrain Victorious. They really are. They might be going with a different sprinter. I'm starting to think they might go with Camel Gradek because Bauhaus
is in the front,
is leading out. Or are they going with Van Mechelen this afternoon? Because Bauhaus is leading them out today as they've got 1,600 meters of racing to go. Is it Vlad Van Mechelen in second wheel for that team? He looks very, very strong today. Bauhaus getting ready, putting the team into a good position. Fred Wright moves up, getting set for this sprint. This is going to be an interesting run-in to the conclusion of this stage. Oh, a big bump. That was a massive bump out the way of Gaviria. And now Gaviria's lead-out train starts to get ready.
Gaviria's just there in the middle. Yeah, he was trying to get, but look, on the left, here we go. This is a big move from Alpecin, Premier Tech.
This is a big acceleration. 1,100 metres of racing to go. They've gone to the red kite now. Philipsen has got 3 lead-out men and himself.
Yeah.
And they get ready now. Stuyven is ready with Merlier. Fred Wright is there. Hubarts is there as well. And it's 600 metres to go.
And Pedersen well placed on the wheel of the rider from... and here goes Jasper Stuyven at the 500 metres mark. A lot of movement in that peloton. Swings out of the line. Mathieu van der Poel goes for it.
Oh, big crash. Gaviria goes down. Mathieu van der Poel with Jasper Philipsen. He looks around. Philipsen now kicks. Philipsen goes for the finish line. Girmay is dead there. Milan Fretting goes through the centre. Philipsen, Fretting, Girmay. Here goes Tim Merlier. Tim Merlier wins the stage from nowhere.
What a sprint.
What an incredible finish. It's chaos.
Chaos.
There are riders everywhere. That crash took down so many riders.
It looked like Gaviria was one of the first riders to go. Warscombe just holding his head there on the right in the barriers. Rider from Lotto looks to be banged out. Is that Tarding on the ground from Net Company?
Yeah, that was a big crash.
Yeah, Gaviria has his helmet off.
What a finish.
Great job there.
What an incredible finish. Where did Merlier come from?
He was in when Jasper Stuyven went, he was in about 9th position.
Oh, Gaviria fell so hard. He touched the wheel, I think. I'm not sure, Nico. We'll have a look in a minute. Yeah, really fell very heavily. It was carnage in the finish straight. First crash we've seen in the sprints. Here comes Pogačar, Vingegaard, Ayuso, Schelmoser safely across the line. Del Toro, Adam Yates. Oof. Here we go, Nico. Let's just take a look.
So Jasper Stuyven just swings out. So let's see what happened to Gaviria. Is it Gaviria? Oh, he touches wheel. Yeah, touches the wheel of the rider from Bahrain. There was no saving that. Warscombe goes heavy. The rider from Lotto literally just has to slam the brakes straight over the bar.
Oh, that was a big crash.
Thankfully puts his arm before his head hits. I think it's Godon that went into the barriers from Net Company. Yeah,
Bahrain rider.
Light move of Bahrain rider took.
I think it was Van Mechelen. He just took Gaviria's wheel straight from in front of him. There's nothing he could do, was there?
No.
But he was moving across. He shouldn't be moving across like that.
So, for example, this is why this 5-kilometer rule is so important, and it's also why the GC riders agreeing to be further back is important. You just saw from the helicopter shot how much.
It's Dorian Godon.
Yeah. It's so important. So you could just see how far back the GC riders. There was a gap between the sprinters and the rest of the peloton. If this was without the 5-kilometer rule or the 1 second gap, which was the other rule, GC riders would be, and Abrahamson, GC riders would be in the middle of that mix, and we would see 40-50 riders rather than just the sprinters.
Abrahamson took a big fall. Here it is. Here's the finish. Look at Merlier. He came from nowhere, burst through the pack then, and goes for the line, and he's even got time to celebrate.
4 millimeters.
Oof.
He looks after. Celebrate just in case.
He started celebrating so early, but Coy was still closing. Look at Coy. He's thinking, oh, but no, it's a wheel. Tim Merlier, 3 stage wins. Yeah, the rider from Bahrain moved right off his line, didn't he? Takes the wheel of Gaviria away. Big crash. Dorian Godon or Gaviria. Looks like it could be the end of his tour, I'm afraid. That's sad, because he was looking good today.
Wow, look, a lot of skin on the leg.
Oh.